Okay kids, sit down, school's in session. If you missed my last video, I basically tore apart some of the BS that Hamza has been on lately. And now I'm going after his skewl. In short, this thing is disgustingly overpriced. He has no right to be talking on these topics. And I found another channel that gives away this information for free. And unlike Hamza, the creator of this channel has actually been there and done that. So let's begin. Adonis School. This will change your whole life. Oh, it'll change my life, will it? Sure it will. Maybe for the worst. Personalized instruction from Hamza. Why do you only get 2? For the price of this, it should be unlimited. Plus, what happens if you got like 1,000 people who sign up? You don't have time for all of that. My guess is that this isn't a one-on-one. It's like a group call type of thing. No, I'm not going to pay for this to figure it out. The only reason I would pay for this to figure it out is if this channel was monetized and I knew this video would do well enough to the point where I would make the money back from AdSense or sponsors or something, but that's not the case, so no, I'm not going to do that. But I don't need to waste my money to know this shit anyway. Insights into Hamza's learning methods and processes? He barely graduated university. I don't think you want his advice on this. And he calls finance and fitness influencers dickheads, and he isn't willing to learn, so I guess he's just going to teach you how to be closed-minded, and everyone who isn't starting a self-improvement YouTube channel is a dickhead in his eyes. Community support during your breakthrough moments? Why do you need to pay for this? Even if you don't have a circle of friends, there's free groups everywhere to share your interests on this stuff. In the finance space, there's so many free Discord servers from the finance channels where people can interact for free with one another. There are some paid ones, but they involve real-time technical trading information. Most servers are free. So if you don't even need to pay for a finance community, why do you need to pay for a community that is just a support network more than anything? Exclusive Adonis community. Adonis community lol. Why are we paying for this? You don't need to pay to communicate with like-minded individuals. You can just go down to the comments section of any YouTube video related to whatever it is you care about. Go check out the comments section on Hamza's videos if you want this. For me, you can always chat about finance under the videos of stock market YouTubers. Same with this. Engaging learning platform. Weekly lectures? What is he teaching? How can he possibly have any more content to teach? The competitive learning through a leaderboard system is a nice gamification tactic of learning, but I can't imagine you'd be learning anything super valuable. Oh wait, it literally says gamification in the next line, lol. A great tactic, I'll admit. Too bad he used my trademarked name. I'm suing him. I'm not actually going to sue him. Yes, the tracking is also a good way to stay motivated. It's part of the reason I do my life updates here and there. Sometimes it's a good reminder to myself that I am progressing. It also goes back to what I said in the last video. You should only be on YouTube for the sake of the initial motivation, to learn something new, or to draw inspiration. These videos fall under inspiration as you're seeing someone putting in the work and watching them grow. Well, what do we have here? A bunch of lists that are already free on YouTube. The 80-20 rule is something that has been talked about heaps here on YouTube. The rest of that seems like generic mindset stuff. Again, talked about a lot on YouTube for free. But what I care about here is the highlighted one. Optimize your diet. My regulars are probably sick of hearing me talk about this by now, so for all of you newer guys, check out these videos. I assure you there's more information in there for free rather than what Hamza is providing. You're welcome. What is the Adonis School? The Adonis School is an exclusive online platform that empowers young men, previously called Adonis Academy. Why did it rebrand? Is it school so it can get younger kids or something? Or did they have some bad PR stunt and now they have to rebrand? With guidance from Hamza, engaging lessons, and a supportive community, we focus on self-improvement, financial success, health, and relationships. So we focus on self-improvement, financial success, health, and relationships. Okay, so I'll give him self-improvement in terms of mental health. He's good at that. But there's way more to improving yourself than just your mental health, which is what I talked about at the start of that hookup video I did. Relationships? Yeah, I guess. Unless he's talking about women specifically, which I also touched on in that same video. Women aren't pre-programmed robots. You can't just act a certain way and bam, girls are interested in you. Yes, some improvements help and whatnot, but most of it is organic, as again mentioned in that video. Now, my gripe here is financial success and health. Health goes back to my prior diet videos I mentioned. The diet covers your essential vitamins and minerals. Your body cannot produce these nutrients, which is why you need to ingest them via your diet. Hence the name essential vitamins and minerals. So just eat the diet outlined there and you'll be golden. Sleep is also important. Take a CBD gummy before bed. I get them from mixology.cbd. I've talked about this in my day in the life type of videos, underrated sleep hack. And there's other shit like frequent movements that free up your fascia, exercise in general, yada yada, but you get the idea. This isn't stuff you need to pay for. And financial success? Take away Hamza's YouTube audience and how does he have financial success? Because he needed that audience to sell his courses. He's duped impressionable kids into becoming a part of his cult. You can argue, well, as long as it worked, he knows financial success, which I kind of get, but the chances of you replicating this are unlikely. If you want ideas on financial success, check out these videos here. I talk about multiple income streams and how to get them. Honestly, get a career, potentially a second job, like I do. Get into real estate ASAP, start learning about the stock market, start some business/brand on the side of everything else and just pot away at those. No, you won't get rich quick, but you will get there in due time. I've mentioned this before, but if Hamza's idea of start a self-improvement YouTube channel worked as a business idea, then how come I never see other 100k plus sub channels recommended to me via the YouTube algorithm all the time? Simple, because it didn't work. Maybe you'll get there in the future, but during that entire time your channel is growing, I have real estate appreciating in value, I'm gaining skills for my career that give me a high-paying, stable source of income, and with YouTube, you're 3 copyright strikes away from 0 income. Pretty sure I can't get copyright struck in my accounting career, or my supermarket job, or my stock trading portfolio, or my real estate, etc., etc. You get the idea. So this is like an extension of the prior slide. Building discipline and resilience, again, shouldn't need to pay for this. I gained mine because I've hit rock bottom several times. I don't want to be there again. The fear of being there again keeps me going more than anything. Cultivating a growth mindset, why is this something you need to pay for? I got a free growth mindset for you. Treat everything as a game. Once you start seeing everything as stats, it becomes more fun. Money in your bank account is a stat. This gets increased each week you work. Your career gets better each day. Each study session, it's adding points to the board. In 1 year from now, you will have an extra year of experience to put on your resume. But you need each day to add up to this year. Each study session gets you closer to passing that exam. After passing enough exams, you can add that educational qualification to your resume. Each gym session gets you closer to being aesthetic. Each healthy meal is a buff to your aesthetic stat. Each unhealthy meal is a hindrance. Each day listening to stock market information is solidifying the information you've already learned. From there, you can develop on that knowledge. You can gather a trend on how the market is going. So in a few years, when you have similar trends, you know how to profit off of it. Each hour I spent on making a video is 1 hour closer to a new video. Once that video is done, that's an extra video to add to my brand. That's a growth mindset for you. Strategies for time management and productivity. Again, don't pay for this, plenty of free resources. My trick is, again, it's a game. But more so because I spend so much time at work and at the gym, the scarce leftover time I have is super valuable to me. Thus, I am more inclined to work harder since I have very little spare time. This probably doesn't work for most others, but it works for me. The main thing is, it's a game. Make it fun. There's your free lesson in productivity and time management. Enhancing communication and leadership skills. I don't know. I mean, this naturally came to me at the supermarket job once you've been there for a while, and you're the more senior one there. You're the one who runs the show some days. You teach the newbies, you deal with the customer complaints, etc. Also, this comes to you once you become more confident, which happens naturally after you get fitter in the gym. Boost your aesthetic stat, and this comes naturally. Now, I fucking lost it when I read this. Financial success, so boy, let's see what we've got here. Basics of personal finance and investing. I'm pretty sure Hamza literally said in his investing video he did a while back that he just puts money in the market and forgets about it. The classic dollar cost averaging. No way does he think this is worth locking behind a paywall. Entrepreneurship and starting your own business. Here we go again, start a YouTube channel. Sigh. Again, I've already talked about this. Developing a wealth building mindset. Again, don't need to pay for this. And again, treat it as a game. Once again, check out my videos on this. Real estate is wealth because it's an appreciating asset. Your career is an asset as it allows you to generate income at a higher rate than other standard jobs. Stock market info is a wealth builder. Once you know enough about it, you can use this to make money based on any market. Your business is a wealth builder. Look at Bezos, look at Musk. They have a high net worth because they own large portions of valuable/wealthy companies. But again, is your business idea the next Amazon? Are you going to grow the next Tesla? I doubt it. Especially if you don't have work experience or even the higher education like those two guys did. But the point I'm getting at is, I have a wealth building mindset, but I never paid for this. Nor did anyone teach it to me. As you start to learn more about money, it naturally comes to you. Financial independence, aka don't work a job for a boss. Again, probably about making your own business. Hey, fun fact, when you stop working 40 hours a week for a boss, you start to work 80 hours a week for many bosses. If I quit my jobs, which won't happen, and decided to work on this YouTube channel, for example, I need to work way more than 40 hours a week. Well, actually, I work 60 hours-ish a week between both of my jobs, but you get the point. I need to work way more than 40 hours a week growing it since I have so many other channels to compete with for your watch time as a viewer. I don't have to compete with anyone at my work. It's not like some other accountant can hand in their resume at my job and my work is going to be like, oh shit, they're better than you. Gamification of life, you're fired again. No, my work isn't hiring. I'm ingrained into the work culture, the work systems. I have the pre-established relationship with my bosses, etc. I'm safe at my job besides any horrid economic turmoil. But even then, I've talked about this before, pick an in-demand career. If I lose my job, there's plenty of other accounting jobs out there. Anyway, besides competing for watch time, I now have a new boss, YouTube. And I assure you, YouTube is probably way stricter than most other bosses you could have. At the very least, your boss still pays you even if you slip up. If you swear too much in your fucking videos or accidentally play some copyrighted music, bam, no income for you. That video you spent ages making, now you got no money from it. Plus, you are also now working for your viewers. If I want to make a video on why Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky is the most underrated game ever, and you guys want me to make a video on what I think of Brian Johnson's anti-aging system, guess which video I need to make to ensure my livelihood, if I am a full-time YouTuber? That's right, the video my audience wants. So yeah, no need to pay for this info. Financial independence often refers to making money from a non-job. A good way to have financial independence is via real estate, but how do you get real estate? Through a career that allows you to have a lot of money, and the banks love it when you have a stable, well-paying career because that ensures that you're able to pay them back. Okay, so this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to rapid fire some of these. I've already touched on fitness. There's no need to pay for this. There's plenty of good free channels out there. Check out Joe Delaney. There's plenty of others, but let's just keep it simple. He was my favorite channel back in 2017. His content has changed a lot, which is good for gym novices. Or hell, check out my old gym video. All the info you need is in here, bro. Relationships, I guess this is okay, although I don't think you need to pay for it. And people are all different, so managing conflict with me, for example, is different from managing conflict with your girlfriend. And then, obviously, the next girl you date is going to be different, so it's, there's no blanket solution. I also feel communication and empathy is something you don't need to be taught. And even so, it definitely isn't something you should pay for. Okay, this is fucking hilarious. Career guidance from Hamza? What fucking career has he had? Working 2 years in a call center? That's not a career. What is this shit? Identifying personal strengths and interests? That's something you figure out for yourself. You don't need to pay someone to teach you that. It's why on my channel I've said over and over, pick a career in demand. Not once did I say you should choose accounting. You should choose engineering. You should choose medicine, etc. Because everyone is different. Heaps of people hate office jobs, meanwhile I hate manual labour. Most trades are a good stable source of income with good career growth, but I hate that shit, so no thanks. I'd personally suggest a career that doesn't cause major wear and tear on your body, but to each their own. Case in point, choose any in-demand career. I won't suggest any to you because I don't know what your personal strengths and interests are. You don't need me to tell you that. I'm not you, only you know that. Certainly don't pay some guy who's never had a career to tell you that. Additionally, this section existing is admitting that a career is important, which is something Hamza used to bash in his older videos. Has this YouTube channel that you're listening to right now suddenly hopped on the career bandwagon? Or have I been an advocate from the very beginning? Seems I'm ahead of the times. Resume building and interview skills. Fucking lol. Again, what does he know? How many interviews has he had? I've had heaps in my time, so I've had practical experience with this too, let alone just the theoretical. Furthermore, I learned directly from the recruiters at the university I went to. If you know anything about university's hiring department, it's that they pick the cream of the crop, especially since other businesses around the region ask that hiring team to pick the best of the best students for their businesses. And furthermore, these recruiters were poached from the HR teams at other large organizations. So what I'm getting at is I learned directly from the same people who are going to be hiring you for your future career. I was literally directly told exactly what they look for. This includes your LinkedIn profile, which I'm yet to do a video on, but basically making a LinkedIn profile is very similar to making your resume. It's just that your resume information is on a social media platform instead of being on a piece of paper. And obviously I also learned how to make a resume, how to perform in job interviews, how to write a cover letter, which I also haven't done a video on, but basically, a cover letter is a one-page letter to the hiring manager directly explaining why you're the best fit for the job. Regardless, Hamza thinks he is in a position to charge you money for this shit. I am way ahead of you, buddy. See these videos here for how to perform in job interviews and how to make your resume. And don't cry that these videos are so long. They're not. It'll take you a little over an hour to get through both of these, and it teaches you all you need to know regarding these two areas. Each workshop I did at uni for this was over an hour, so I've condensed that knowledge down even further. Spending 1+ hour that costs you $0.00 to drastically increase your odds of your resume being noticed and you outperforming your peers in job interviews is legitimately a good investment, unlike Hamza's skewl. If you're that much of a zoomer goldfish ass attention span, then chuck on some Subway Surfer and Family Guy on the side of my videos while you're watching them. Workplace communication and professionalism is obvious. This is literally common sense. You don't even need to watch videos on this, let alone pay for this. Wow, obviously you don't swear in the workplace or talk about inappropriate shit. This is just common sense. Strategies for career advancement? Coming from a guy who's never had a career. Nice. I can't wait to sell my course on how to code when I've never done coding myself. Career advancement comes with workplace experience, additional education, potentially job hopping to companies of larger sizes or more prestigious companies. It sort of comes naturally. Again, something you don't need to pay for. Furthermore, I've had promotions, post-tertiary education, etc. So I am somewhat qualified to speak on this topic, but even so, I've had under 5 years of experience in total in my career. Even when you include my internships, my first job, etc. I can't talk much about this since I've only had a couple of promotions and not that many years of experience. Notice how I'm staying in my lane? I'm not qualified to speak on this topic. I pretty much have the gist of it, but even I'm not talking about this. Hamza's ego is so out of control talking about this shit, let alone charging for it. Sheesh. Personal branding, this is shit that's already on the internet for free. All of what's listed here is why my brand stat is called brand and not business. Build an audience first, be unique, etc. I didn't need to pay anyone for this information. I figured it out myself. My unique value proposition is my diverse grind in my several stats and my advanced knowledge on useful concepts like nutrition and stocks and other stuff. If you're a 15 to 16 year old, which chances are if you're part of this university you probably are, There's basically no chance that you know more about something than someone else. Maybe you can be a bit more entertaining, but the chances are there isn't much else you can offer over other people. And here we are at the page that shows the cost. $499 fucking dollars for an entry fee, and then $99 per month afterwards. Holy fuck, what a ripoff. The cost of Adonis School is not an expense, it's an investment in your future. That's how I look at my outflows, as investments. My groceries are an investment into my aesthetics, my petrol is an investment into my career, or hell, even back into money because it allows me to get to work. But wow, this is a nice manipulative tactic to get you to pay ASAP. The knowledge, skills, etc. are truly priceless. You mean worthless. What you pay is a fraction of the value you receive. No, the value you receive is a fraction of the money you paid. Plus, I give away almost everything you're charging for free on this channel, and I've had experience and further education in these topics too. I could single-handedly slash Hamza's income by hundreds of thousands of dollars if I had his level of reach. The cost will inevitably rise, so don't be surprised next time you visit the prices increase dramatically. Wow, yet another classic slimy sales tactic. Buy now. The price won't last forever, it'll only go up from here. I like how the main benefit from this seems to be the fact you get to interact with Hamza. It's like a girl promoting her OnlyFans on Instagram, and she's like, oh, you get to chat with me directly on there? Like, why can't I chat to you directly on Instagram? Why can't Hamza directly respond to my Instagram DMs? Why can't he reply to my comments on his YouTube videos? I get it, his time is valuable, he can't reply to everyone, but locking a conversation with him behind a paywall is pretty shady in my opinion. And this also implies Hamza is some god that knows everything, which I've spent more than 20 plus minutes debunking, lol. Now let's read some testimonies I found on the website. Vincent Willie Christopherson says, this is the best thing you can do with your money. Oh, I doubt it. You can put it into like a career, you can use it to swing trade some stocks, you could save it away for real estate, you could put it in a high interest savings account, you could use it to pay some guy who's good at Photoshop to do your fancy thumbnails for you, etc. But anyway, we'll go on. Today in school, I was doubting if it had been worth it for me to spend an entire $500 on this. But after one call with Hamza, my entire life changed. I know what I want to do with my life. I am only 15 years old, and I've been able to find people 5 years older than me, and younger than me, holy shit, and younger than me, that has supported me in what I want to do with my life. That became my friends. Okay, the grammar's a bit off, okay. If you are a younger man and you can afford this, I promise you, it will be the best decision of your life. I know, best decision of your life, that's a bit far. Jeez. So holy shit, there's people even younger than 15 paying for this. Where do you get the money? Like, do your parents just not vet this sort of shit or something? Because clearly you're using their credit card. And it seems like the primary benefit this guy's talking about is like the support network, which again, you don't need to pay for, my guy. But like, yeah, best decision of your life, I seriously doubt that. Like, I guess you're only 15, so you don't quite understand, but there's no way that paying for this can be the best decision of your life. Now let's check out this other review. Ness, hey, I played you in Smash Brothers sometimes. Ness says, I already knew that if I was paying Hamza 500 USD, holy crap, that's 500 USD. So like where I am in Australia, that's like 750-ish right now. Holy crap. And 99 USD onwards, I would be getting insane value. To no surprise at all, that's exactly what you get in this community. There we go again. It seems to be the benefit is a community, which you shouldn't really have to pay for. With all of the courses he has ever made, so many group coaching calls, these are really cool, and a massive tribe of brothers to hold you accountable and help you along your journey, it'd be really stupid not to purchase right now. The money can either sit in your bank account or you can put it towards the best investment you'll ever make. The choice is yours. All right, so there we go again with the whole community thing. Again, you shouldn't need to pay for it. With all the courses he's made, no, there's, like, I've gone through some of those already in this video, like they'd be free on the internet anyway. But I really like this part. It'd be really stupid not to purchase right now. That'd be really stupid, would it? Okay. And then the money can either sit in your bank account or you can put it towards the best investment, blah, blah, blah. Well, if it sits in my bank account, it can get like 5.5% interest, which is pretty good. Or I could use that money to pay for tutoring for my CPA studies, which would enhance my career because it would allow me to better understand financial reporting, which makes me a better accountant. And then it'll make me pass the CPA exam, which means I'm one step closer to getting my CPA license, which means I can get a higher pay rise at work and better promotions and even job hop to a better job if I so choose. So that's a good investment. I could also use that money to make a quick swing trade in the stock market and turn that money into even more money. I could use part of that. Oh, well, obviously you can't buy real estate without money, but it could sit in your bank account and slowly accumulate to help you afford real estate, which is also another good investment. Or again, I could like pay for like, well, I don't need a new microphone because the one I got is pretty cool, but you know, I could spend this on Adobe Premiere Pro to increase the quality of my videos. I could pay my thumbnail guy to make much better looking thumbnails than I could ever make myself. Yeah, I could spend it on my own business. So I can think of much better uses of my money, Ness. Okay, so these testimonies from kids appear to be some deal. Perhaps if you leave a good review, you get the next month free or some shit from this school. I can't believe that 15-year-olds are being charged this much. $500 was like 2 months of work when I was 15, let alone the frequent $99 monthly payments. I made about $11 an hour at the supermarket when I was 15, 16. Some jobs I had before that age were even paying less than this. Like the basketball refereeing was like $9.10 a game or something. The chook farm was about $10 an hour. The kitchen hand at the restaurant was like $10.45 an hour. So like $11 was like on the higher end for me at that age. So I need to work 10-ish hours a month to pay for this. And back then I'd get maybe 5 hours a week of work. So I'd work 2 weeks to pay for this, meaning half my month's pay went into upkeep for this school, this skewl. Unfucking believable. And this is in US dollars too. Like the fees are in US dollars, so tack on like another 50% multiplier to that. Like I wouldn't even be able to afford this. Like are these kids like working a lot, or like they must be using their parents' money? There's no way. Like the minimum wage in the UK and US is way less than it is here. Like whatever. Ness, if you're watching this, your PK Thunder attack kind of sucks in Smash Brothers, but I assure you, there's more value for free on this channel. No need to fork out your entire bank account or your mum's credit card on this scammy skewl. Sorry you had to pay up front before finding this channel, but hey, at least you know now and you can cancel your subscription and start putting that money to actual use. Okay, the frequently asked questions. No doubt there's some hilarious shit in here. So, what makes Adonis School different from other self-improvement programs? Adonis School stands out with its direct mentorship from Hamza, interactive Q&A sessions, and an engaged community of like-minded individuals. Hamza himself is going to teach in the Adonis School, and not some randoms. So again, the gimmick here is you have access to Hamza. And he's the best. Yeah, right. Once again, this implies he knows what he's doing, and once again, there's a whole pay for a tribe of people type of thing, which you don't need to pay for, they're free on the internet. Like if you don't want to use the comments section of videos or something, then I'm sure there's something on Reddit. What if I can't afford Adonis School right now? Consider this an investment in your future. The skills, knowledge, and network you gain from Adonis School can open doors for you that you thought would never be possible, even business and job-wise. That doesn't even answer the fucking question. The question was, what if I can't afford it? The question wasn't, is this a good investment? Did Hamza even read this question? And also, as I've spent this entire video talking about, no, this is not a good investment in your future, other than to teach you there are some dumb purchases out there. Also, what's with the random capitalization of some letters? That's like me just randomly making every word randomly have caps at the start. Skills isn't a name, nor the start of a sentence, so it doesn't need to have caps. Same with business and job-wise. And that's also not true. I doubt any employer is checking that you've had Adonis School on your resume. They probably care more about your grade, point average, or whatever it's called overseas. We have like ATAR here in Australia, but the point is, no employer is looking at your Adonis School graduation certificate. Will the price of Adonis School increase in the future? Yes, as we continue to add more value and content to the program, the price will inevitably rise. Lock in the current price by enrolling today. Yes, of course it will. So you buy now, you poor fuck, or it'll cost more in the future. And what more content can he add? He doesn't know anything other than mindset and building a YouTube channel. Pretty limited options in terms of what he can teach. How do I know Adonis School is right for me? If you're a young man committed to self-improvement, personal growth, and success, Adonis School is for you. You'll find not just lessons, but a community of people who share your goals. So how do I know Adonis School is right for me? Easy, it's not. And when they say, but a community of people who share your goals, again, why are we paying for this? Go into his YouTube channel, you'll find a bunch of like-minded individuals in the comments section for free. My only guess is that when you're all conversing together in Adonis School, you could subscribe to each other's YouTube channels, like directly, because you'd get to know them, but that's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, there is no need to pay for this. So to wrap this video up, let me show you an example of an actual good investment. At the time I came up with this video idea, Click Capital, a finance channel I've mentioned before, uploaded a video going over some technical indicators that he's created. He's spent years and years in the stock market and has invented his own indicators that'll help you detect trends in stocks. So I don't know exactly how long, but in a recent video he said that, actually in this video that you're seeing on screen, he mentioned that when he was trading in the early 2000s, so he was probably trading a bit before that too, but they have to print off some stock reports and import them into a model or something. So he's quite literally been trading stocks almost as long, or probably just as long, as Hamza and myself have been alive. For reference, I'm 26 years old at the time of recording, and Hamza is pretty much about that age. What is he, maybe 24, 25, maybe 26 too, but the point is this guy has been doing this stuff just as long as we've been alive, so I'm pretty sure he's got some good insights and good experience into this stuff. Unlike paying for Hamza, who's like, in his early 20s, trying to tell you everything about life. So this video is already way too long, so I won't talk about these technical indicators, but going through the video, you can see this stuff is super valuable. At the time of writing, he had a sale on this stuff. Yeah, classic sales tactics, but this is legitimately on a timer. He was advertising it for a while, but I never quite understood how valuable the indicators were until he went over them in that video. So this is on his website. He basically outlines what he is selling. Notice how there is a detailed description of what he's selling? Unlike Adonis School, it's like, communication skills, professionalism, building relationships. How? Want to provide an example? No? Don't want to tell us until we've paid? Goes back to what Alex Hormozi has said, provide info for free so they come to trust you, the same way that I trust Jared from Click Capital. I've watched him for a while now, and he knows his stuff. I can confirm this. And I also touched on this towards the end of the video that I made before this one. So this $197 is about 300 Australian dollars, which is less than a weekend's worth of work at my second job, and these technical indicators last me a lifetime. No doubt they will become useful in due time. This is an example of an investment into your future. So the image before showed I saved $200 by buying now, which is about 300 Australian dollars at the time of writing. I saved 300 Aussie dollars by making this timely investment. Or you can say, no, you spent 300 Australian dollars, which is also true. But if you've seen Click Capital before, you know this is extremely useful and well worth your money. Also, check this. A free technical indicator that can actually be useful for my investor stat? Where's Hamza's free tidbit? Nowhere. Hamza, take notes. This is how you sell stuff. Don't overprice it. Give detail to your audience or your customers or whatever as to what it is they're buying. Give free stuff first, but in your case, I guess you should just abandon the school. It's a waste of time. It's also wasted my time making this video. I could have done something else. In fact, I literally skipped a gym session to make this video, not that anyone asked or cared, but I was sort of in the overreaching stage of training, so I was kind of overdue for a break anyway. But the point is, I had to take time out of my day to make this video. So yeah, actually, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, we'll move on. Now this comment is similar to that testimony from that kid, except notice the difference in language. This guy says, "I wonder how many people will be kicking themselves for not taking advantage of your offer." Meanwhile, the kid was like, "It's stupid if you don't." He's insulting your intelligence, which is hilarious coming from a kid who's never even finished high school. This guy also says, for $10 an indicator, because it was like 20 indicators you got for like $200. So for $10 an indicator and getting any future indicators for free is great value dollar for dollar. Well said. $10 an indicator can more than make your money back very fast, especially since this isn't something that can be taught. I can't look at a chart and piece together the price action, momentum, consider oversold conditions, etc. The indicators help me determine this. Like, I can't pay money and be taught this stuff. This is an indicator on a computer. Meanwhile, with Adoniss's School, all of it is stuff you can be taught, and you can be taught for free. So I thought I'd mention this is a good example of something you should pay for, an investment. And funny part is, even without the discount, this is cheaper than the entry price into Hamza's School. And this is lifetime access to these indicators, not just an entry fee that gets a recurring fee on top of it. Absolutely hilarious. So hope that explains why Hamza's Adonis School is not even remotely worth the money, and that this YouTube channel literally teaches you this valuable shit for free. Save your money, use it for other investments I've talked about before on this channel. I also have many more tidbits coming. I'm just quite flat out with my schedule outside of this brand. So stay tuned for more. That is all.